Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today going through the running towards the end of the season. We're going to see how we're going to think everyone's going to end up. All top 3 teams have 10 games left. I did say I was going to do one of these for the European places and the relegation places. However, I'm just going to do the league winners right now. I'm going to go through that. I did my predictions last week and we're going to see how these go, doing the games individually and see where the points add up to. And obviously later in the season I'm going to also do when there's like 6 games left, but we'll do a European one and a relegation one to see who'll be joining Burnley and Sheffield and being relegated. Because let's face it, we know that's pretty obvious now. Starting with obviously Manchester City, their first game, Arsenal at home. I think it's going to be a 4-0 win. I think it's going to be like last year was, where Arsenal come into the game in real good form and then City absolutely walked over them as they do in the big games. They show up in the big games, and I think City will show up in this big game and beat Arsenal. Then you got Villa, and after losing away, I think they're going to win at home. I think they are going to win at home. I think it'll be an easy win for them as well. Villa have been up and down this year, but I think that'll be a good win for them. And then another 2-0 win against Palace, so 3 wins in the next 3 games will do them well. And then Luton at home is going to be a win. I think they will concede. They always seem to concede a stupid goal, but I feel like they'll still win the game. Brighton away, a draw last year, and I think it'll be a loss this year. It's a big question mark of whether they will lose it. And obviously Brighton have been very 50-50 all year round, but I feel like that's the kind of game that City will lose in this running. If they do lose any games really, that is the one that they are going to lose. 2-0 win against Forest away. I think they're just so much stronger than Forest. It's such a strong team in general, City, aren't they? A 3-2 win against Wolves. I think this one's going to be one of the closer ones in these games here of the wins. Wolves are really going to try and fight for it, and they might try and get a draw out of it, and they might get a draw out of it still. We don't know. But I think they will have a good fight there, Wolves, inside of them. And then Fulham away is going to be an easy win. Last year I thought they might lose this game, but you know the way City played towards the end of the season, it is just going to be a win. Coming into that Spurs away game, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be in between second to last game of the season, but it's most likely going to be there. And I do think, with it being in such a cramped schedule and it being Spurs away where City have always struggled, a 3-0 loss to Spurs, winning that game and then ending the season on a 2-1 win to West Ham on a vital, what could be a real push on the last day of the season and how it could end. Obviously a big result here is that 4-0 win against Arsenal. That would push Arsenal back a lot, and it puts City on 87 points with a 46 goal difference, which is pretty big. It's not usually as high as City usually is. Last year it was a lot higher than that, and obviously they got a lot more points last year as well. I think they got 89 last year, but it was a push towards the end of the season. Going on to now, taking away from City, we're going to look at how Arsenal are going to go in their games. Obviously that City away we already know is going to be a 4-0 loss is what I've predicted there. I think they're going to get absolutely hammered. They do struggle in their massive games, and that is a huge game for them to go into the Etihad to try and win. I'm going to keep that 4-0 loss there. And then the game after that, Luton at home, is a 5-2 where they're going to take their anger out on Luton, and Luton are going to be punished for it. Nothing wrong that Luton have done it, it's just that they're going to get punished now for being in the position after Arsenal lose to City. And then Brighton away, a big game for Arsenal. They always seem to have a bit of a struggle against Brighton, and they've got a lot of history there, so a 3-1 win is what I'm going to go for anyway. And then Aston Villa at home once again, like City, losing that game at Villa Park back in December. I think they get a 2-0 win now, and continue to come on into a 3-1 win against Wolves, and then the big game against Chelsea there, a London derby. Chelsea trying to stop him from winning the league here, and I think they'll get absolutely spanked. 5-1 win I've got for Arsenal there. I think Chelsea get spanked all over the place in that game. The way Arsenal have been playing, the way they've been scoring goals this year, it's a game that they are going to absolutely show Chelsea's go, shove you aside mate, get out of here. And then that game later, another big game in London, the North London derby, and I've got them to lose 3-2. That's right, I've got Spurs to try and ruin the party on 2 teams here against both Arsenal and City, winning their games and taking a real good influence in that title challenge. But 3-2 there for Spurs to beat Arsenal, and then the game after Bournemouth a 3-0 win. Easy stuff for Arsenal, but it was kind of show the slip-ups from last year of like the shakiness, and I think they might get a draw at Old Trafford. United haven't been playing well. Spurs, there's not as much heat in this there is as the Spurs game. There's a lot of heat in that Spurs game. I think a 2-2 draw in that part of the season, United will probably take a 2-2 draw, and I think that's might our end. And then I was 2-0 winning against Everton on the last day in what could be a vital day, but it puts them on 86 points with a 59 goal difference. So as you can see, it is relying on these results. Like, if they do beat United there, if you do get a draw against Spurs, if they do not get beat by City, they will win the league. You know, only one of them results needs to happen in the way I predicted it. So there is potential there. There is potential for Arsenal to still win that league if slight things go in their favour. But now on to Liverpool, and Liverpool seem to have the easiest run, I'd say, out of teams. But however, I saw someone say that Liverpool are going to win all the games the rest of the season. I do not think that one bit. I think they've got quite a few tough games in here where they might slip up and, you know, show that the team's not ready yet to go the full length of the season in every competition like they were trying, but until United come out of the FA Cup, obviously. That first game against Brighton was going to be a 3-1 win. It's going to be nice and easy for them. Brighton gave them a few hiccups last year, but I don't feel like they'll have any issue this year. And then Sheffield United at home is going to be an annihilation of Sheffield United, and a 7-0 win I've got them to go. And then it'd be very fearful for me as a United fan having to play them 3 days after that result. But I think we'll beat them again. You know, a 2-1 win. Rashford going to make Van Dijk his dog, as he does. 2-1 loss for Liverpool there. And then the game after, Palace, they'll be a shaky here. You know, there'll be signs of a Christian Bull happening again, but they'll win 3-2. They'll pip it just near the end, as they've been doing all season, and be fighting on. And I think they'll do the same against Fulham in case that they get it right in the end, continue fighting on. Fulham gave them a real good game at Anfield, and I think they'll do the same at Craven Cottage, and then onto Everton, big Merseyside derby, another derby game. And these derby games towards the end of the season get real heated when they're trying to go for a title, when they're trying to go for something. Everton trying to survive, and I think Everton will get the win, and a 1-0 win for Everton, but a loss for Liverpool there. I think Everton will just pip them to it. Sean Dyche's ball will do the job, and Everton will survive. 5-0 win though there against West Ham away. West Ham have been pretty poor. They've been good and then poor, but this is coming around a Europa League fixture. They're pretty tired, and Liverpool will make fun of them legs running. And then Spurs at home. You know, I feel like people have, you know, as a result there, but I said Spurs are going to take results. They've got Arsenal, Liverpool, City back to back, and they're going to take points off of them all. Getting a draw against Liverpool at Anfield. Handball will be flying high, and then Villa, a game that, as I said, Arsenal lost to Villa away, Man City lost to Villa away, and so will Liverpool lose to Villa away. And that is a big mark on how their season is going to get affected here, because then they'll end of the season, that 2-1 win against Wolves will put them on 82 points, which is, it's not enough. You know, they need to turn one of these results around. They need to turn two of these results around. I said I think it's up there for more towards Arsenal City winning it. I don't think Liverpool are going to win the league this year at all. And a 52 goal difference. And then that leaves the league table looking like this at the end of the season. Liverpool on 82 points, a big drop off from them from where they are now on the 64. Only getting 18 points towards in the next 10 games. You know, dropping 12 points altogether there. Arsenal getting 22 points, dropping 8 points altogether. And then Man City getting all but 3 points, was it? I think it is. It looks like it's all but 3 points, doesn't it? I can't remember what they're on. But yeah, that's what City. I think, you know, they lost twice. They haven't lose twice, didn't I? That's how the table's gonna be looking at the end of the season. That is my final predictions now for the points. This is the first time I've showed you the points that I think people are gonna be on. 87 points for City, 86 points for Arsenal, and 82 points for Liverpool. That's how the season's going to end. Let me know how you think the title race is going to go. I do thank you for watching the video, guys, and if you want to see more, subscribe, because there's more on its way. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.